Hello and nice to see you again. So today you are going to meet one of the richest people and an extremely ambiguous person. The life of Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah is all about expensive cars and airplanes, huge palaces, and even his own harem. Now let's dive into his world of luxury and extravagance, where dreams become reality and traditions cause controversy. Hassanal Bolkiah is the Sultan of Brunei. He is a person who is shrouded with mysteries and legends, so we really have something to discuss. Brunei is a small country in Southeast Asia, which is full of oil and natural gas reserves, so the Sultan's life is like a series about real luxury. He's not just a monarch surrounded by luxury, but also a political leader who has led Brunei for more than 50 years. During this time, he has made his small country one of the richest in the world. The Sultan personally participates in the management of the state, combining the functions of head of government, minister of defense, and minister of finances. His power in the country is almost absolute, and he is actively involved in making key decisions that affect the future of Brunei. His eldest son, Prince Muley Hassan, is already actively delving into the affairs of the country and is preparing to become the heir. He studies abroad and takes his future extremely seriously. Princesses Fatima and Munira also do not stand aside. Even though they do not hold official positions, they are engaged in charity and cultural projects. In general, the Sultan's family, despite all their titles, high positions, and unlimited power, is very interested in the life of Brunei. In addition, the Sultan is known for his religious conservatism. In 2014, he introduced Sharia law in the country, which caused a resonance in the international arena. The new laws cover all aspects of life, including strict penalties for crimes. This policy has attracted criticism from the international community, but the Sultan is confident that such measures will strengthen traditional Islamic values in the country. For example, look at his car fleet. Can you imagine that it consists of more than 7,000 cars, each of which costs a fortune? You can find all models here, from Rolls-Royce to Ferrari and from Lamborghini to Bentley. They are not just cars, but rare models which you will not find anywhere else. For example, he has a gold Rolls-Royce created especially for his wedding, and a unique Ferrari Mythos, the only one of its kind. In general, his fleet with the rarest cars in the collection is estimated at over $100 million. At the same time, the Sultan's collectible ambitions do not end there. He also has his own fleet. He has a personal Boeing 747 in his arsenal, which can be safely called a palace on wings. Inside there is gold, precious metals, luxurious bedrooms, and even a throne. Yes, the throne is on board the plane, so wherever he flies, he can feel his status. In addition, he has 2 more Airbus planes and several helicopters in case he needs a quick flight around the country or for official visits. But the total cost of its fleet amounted to more than $400 million. Of course, such a person cannot but have a luxurious palace. The Istana Nur al-Iman is the main palace of the Sultan. In fact, this is an entire city. Can you imagine more than 1,700 rooms, 5 swimming pools, a private zoo with exotic animals, and even a golf course right on site? Literally everything in this palace has been created for comfort and luxurious living, from marble halls to golden chandeliers. In addition to the main palace of Istana Nur al-Iman, the Sultan of Brunei owns several more luxurious residences around the world. He has palaces in London, Paris, and Los Angeles. Each of these residences is decorated with incredible luxury. For example, in London, his possessions include one of the most expensive mansions, furnished in a traditional British style but with an Asian flavour. In addition, the Sultan has villas on private islands where he prefers to retire from the hustle and bustle and spend time away from the attention of the press. These houses are also fully equipped with absolutely everything, from huge swimming pools to helipads. Each of his residences is not just a house, but a real fortress where everything is created for absolute comfort and safety. Sultan's personal life is also full of interesting events. He was married 3 times. His first wife, Queen Celia, still stays by his side. His second and third marriages, 2 TV presenters, Mariam and Aranaz, ended in divorce, but each of these women left a mark on his life and in royal history. However, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah's personal life is full of not only royal marriages, but also controversial moments. Besides his 3 official wives, he also has 20 concubines. This fact causes a lot of controversy in the world community because this practice has long lost its relevance in most countries. However, in Brunei, such traditions are still alive, which creates additional discussion around the figure of the Sultan and his way of life. So the Sultan's family dramas are in no way inferior to his exciting lifestyle. The parties he organizes also deserve special attention. For example, he celebrated his 50th birthday on such a grand scale that it became a legend. It was a real show. Michael Jackson performed at 2 private concerts for the Sultan's guests, and the celebration lasted a whole week. The cost of the celebration was estimated at millions of dollars, and this event is still being discussed as one of the most luxurious anniversaries in history. Of course, like any person who tends to luxury, the Sultan of Brunei is also a great connoisseur of paintings, and there are many masterpieces in his collection. One of his most famous purchases was a painting by French impressionist Pierre-Auguste Renoir, for which he paid $70 million. This masterpiece now adorns one of his palaces, complementing the atmosphere of luxury and emphasizing the Sultan's love for rare and valuable works of art. Now let's move to a few fun facts. For example, Sultan is so used to a certain level of service that he flies to London for a haircut. Yes, just to get a haircut, he gets on his private plane, goes to the British capital, goes to an elite salon, gets a haircut and returns back to Brunei. Such a trip costs him about $1 million, so it's safe to assume that he has the most expensive haircut in history. When the Sultan decides to go on a trip, everything is done at the highest level. He books the best hotels in the world completely for himself and his entourage. Security should be organized to the smallest detail. As for hotels, if something does not suit them, the staff changes the interiors to suit their taste. Sultan prefers absolute comfort, and each of his trips costs him at least $1 million. Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah is actively involved in sports and is a big fan of golf. He even built his own golf course on the grounds of his palace. This is not just an ordinary field, but a real work of art, where not only private tournaments but also international competitions take place. Sultan often takes part in tournaments where he meets with other high-profile players. His passion for sport also reflects his desire to promote an active lifestyle among the people of Brunei. Another interesting fact about the Sultan is his passion for collecting watches. His collection contains rare models, the value of which reaches millions of dollars. Some of them are real mechanical masterpieces with unique mechanisms and finishes. These watches are not just luxury items, but also investments that the Sultan cherishes. After all, his collection is worth millions of dollars. The story of the Sultan's younger brother, Prince Geoffrey Bolkiah, is no less interesting. This man is famous for his eccentric lifestyle and extravagance. Prince Geoffrey was once Brunei's finance minister and managed a significant portion of the state's assets. However, his love of luxury and rampant spending led to a massive scandal. The prince was accused of embezzling billions of dollars in public funds. His passion for luxury manifested itself in everything. The collection of yachts, private jets, and real estate around the world is just the tip of the iceberg. The prince even ordered the construction of a luxurious palace in London and several yachts with provocative names. In the end, the Sultan was forced to intervene, removing his brother from financial affairs, and the prince found himself at the center of legal proceedings that unfolded on a global level. As a result, Sultan Hassanal Bolkiah is a real mystery in the world of luxury and power. His wealth, car and art collections, huge palaces, and unusual lifestyle make him one of the most talked about figures on the planet. At the same time, despite all his achievements, his decisions and traditions often cause controversy in the international arena. What do you think about the wealth and lifestyle of the most famous and outrageous sultan? Would you like to live one day of his life? Leave your opinion in the comments and, of course, give your like to the Sultan. See you next time.